Okay, so are you going to let's get into the spicy stuff. Are you going to also put Zen on Pulsechain? Pulsechain is coming out, allegedly, maybe, sort of, kind of, in July.
Well, I thought Richard's doing it. He's putting Xen on Pulsechain.
Oh, he's doing it? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know that you can, although I don't see the point of it. You could stop him from putting it, like you could change some parameters to make it null and void on the Pulsechain network, but it's like, what's the point of
Yeah,
it?
yeah. I'm not gonna do it. I mean, I'm not gonna like do weird shit
Yeah.
that some people would find fun and interesting. I mean, to me, I'm like I like designing programmable money, and I have a bigger I think mission in life than messing with Richard.
It's true, but because like cryptocurrency in general is supposed to be open, it's supposed to be allowing people to do whatever they want, it's supposed to be freedom based. But the problem is that we're still dealing with human beings, and human beings have their tendencies to be emotional and get into it. Because even right now, there's tribal, I don't know if you want to call it tribal warfare between the Zen community and the Hex community. And the way I see it is that why can't we all just
No, I mean this whole thing's over. I mean, all the hexagons I know, they're all in Zen.
Yeah, because it doesn't make any sense to go against making money.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's some silly people that point at the charts.
Yeah.
And every time they do it, like the Twitter crowd says, like, well, wait a second, my mints are 10x.
Yeah.
So why are you looking at the chart? Did you buy the top? Oh, you didn't buy the top. Then why are you talking about the chart then?
Yeah.
So I mean, like, the charts only matter is when you bought it or sold it. If you don't hold liquid Zen and you didn't buy the top, why are you pointing to the chart? Like, every time you say, like, look at the chart, you're just declaring your ignorance about the protocol.
Right.
So it's really sad. I mean, like, it is what it is, and there's a lot more smarter people than not, and you can tell the people who are like not really understanding what the hell's going on. And of course, like, I mean, like, listen, everybody says price matters.
Yeah.
Price matters. That's the most important thing. You know what I say? The only thing that matters when it comes to price is when you bought and when you sold. Because otherwise, you actually have no realized gains of any kind. You have no gains. You can say, oh, look at my gains. Gains.
It's on the paper. It's all paper gains.
It's all paper gains, right? It's all zero in real life. I mean, like, you could argue if you hold your dollars, they're probably not worth much anyway, right? Until you went and fueled your car or bought some milk or bought a house.
Yeah.
Right? Like that, the money printer just devalues the dollars every day of our existence. It's been devaluing it since it disconnected from gold.
Right.
So I was just listening to a video where they were saying that fiat currency is not money. Money has an inherent value, and currency, which is fiat, has no value. It has a promise of credit. And so they also say that the fiat currency is the most obvious Ponzi scheme that's been running for years.
Yes.
Because they can always print money out of their debt. So people buy the debt, like especially other countries, when they buy American debt, and will all of a sudden double the money supply. Well, what happened to the debt that's like supposed to pay interest? It just lost 50% value of its value. So no wonder we have like de-dollarization conversations like every day of the week. People are talking about it. I mean, it isn't just an American problem.
Fiat is everywhere. Yeah.
Anywhere you have fiat that's not backed by anything tangible, you end up with runaway credit. Now, I would say that the fiat currency as a system in itself is not evil, but it gives people ability to abuse it without recourse rapidly. So, like, for example, like, let's say that United States decides to go and drop a bomb on whatever, some country. They can just print the money. Print the money and then build more arsenal and then invade the country. But like, the debt is carried by us, by regular people. like the tax money that we pay and the money that we hold in our bank account. So we're like, it's like we're taxed twice.
Yeah.
First with the real taxes, and then it's with the inflation tax that debases our ability to have purchasing power.
Fiat is, I wouldn't say that fiat, fiat is a funny thing, right? Fiat is backed by nothing, but it's only backed by nothing for people who are in power. So for us, it's backed by the fact that if we create fiat, and that's called counterfeit money, then we go to jail, then the police comes to us and violently arrests us, violently throws us in jail. But if I were the president or whoever, or the treasurer or the Fed, I can do my own counterfeiting, aka I can print as much as I want, and therefore it's not worth anything to me. So the only reason why it's worth anything is because some people can print and other people cannot print. That's really what it's backed up by. So it depends how much power that you have.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, with Xen, you can print your own Xen by yourself and have a complete full self-custody.
Yes.
And no government of any kind can tell you how much you should be minting. So that's the beauty of first principles.
Yeah, it's completely independent. That's the, yeah, it's amazing. Crypto is almost like, I don't know, it's like a gift from heaven almost. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I think this marriage of technology with the financial instruments is what allows us to have the trust. Like, we're supposed to trust the government to do the right thing for us, and at least to do accounting properly, right? But the ledger does the accounting properly, and you just trust the code,
right?
And you have no reason not to trust it because you have validators and miners that keeping the ledger secure from manipulation. So that's what makes it real, intangible, and true, and can retain value.
Yes, because that's true. Because 1 + 1 will always equal 2, right? So it's backed by math. It's backed by code.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, I always been so excited about crypto since I learned about it, because I felt that this is one way that we can collectively have a net positive outcome for all of us.
So yeah, the time is going on a little bit long. Before I leave, I'd like to ask everyone these questions. Is there something that's interesting that you can tell me about yourself, or what you like to do for fun that is not crypto related, that is not finance related, I guess?
So besides drinking blood, right?
Yes, besides drinking blood, besides being a vampire.
Right.
They're coming out with a new movie, by the way, where a guy is like a vampire. He's a Dracula's caretaker or something.
Oh yeah?
I know it's coming out in like 2 weeks or so. It looks.
Is it like Renfield or something?
Yeah, Renfield. Yeah, that one.
Okay. Yeah, I should like watch it. Besides crypto, I play chess.
Okay.
I used to fly hang gliders. It's like those triangular wing.
Yeah.
So I did a lot of that. I do some surfing in Hawaii. I'm not like amazing, but I enjoy it. I skateboard, when I can. I do some biohacking. I have, follow a keto diet. I used to do CrossFit. Now I'm less into CrossFit and more just into like general fitness, I would say.
I just came back from my CrossFit class, actually.
Oh yeah,
right before this interview. Yeah,
nice.
It's very brutal, and I didn't like it at first, but it gets really addicting. Like, no matter how much you hit it,
it's addicting that you can actually feel like that you did all that work and you survived.
Yes, that's the most amazing. You feel like you came through war and you feel better afterwards. It's a very strange feeling.
Have you been throwing the heavy balls off the wall?
Yes, those are the worst. Your arms are
the balls, they kill you. those heavy balls, like whether it's like throwing it overhead or throwing it against the wall. The only thing I never liked with CrossFit, I didn't like those keeping pull-ups.
Yeah.
I think I understand it's a different thing than the pull-up, but I think the strict pull-up that you can do like beautifully, it just looks better.
And it engages your muscles better too. The butterfly pull-ups that we do, they don't do that much.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's a momentum.
Exactly.
It's like cardio plus pull-ups.
Exactly.
That's what it is. So, but I love the air bike. You probably do a lot of air bike too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, airbike's brutal. Like you start on it and you're like, oh, it's actually not too bad. And then like 30 seconds later, you're like, holy shit. You know?
And the faster you go, the harder it is, right? Because of the air resistance.
The air resistance. So I looked at the dashboard and I looked at 300 watts and I try to sustain 300 watts for like for 30 seconds. And so I do intervals. So I do like 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, and then on and off like 4 times. And that's my hit workout.
Okay.
Yeah, so I really like workouts, and I like cooking. There was a couple of pictures of me cooking. People thought it was like AI generated. Like they couldn't believe that I was in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What do you think of AI?
I have a family, obviously. I have 3 kids, so some family engagement stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
What do you think about AI, by the way? Just the general direction of AI and how it's moving so quickly. Because even I use AI almost every day for I have to develop. Sometimes I have to do artwork for the software development that I do. So I just go to Midjourney and type up something. And I couldn't do that 3 months ago, right? So it's ridiculous.
Yeah. I did a lot of stable diffusion stuff. Okay. So I love it. So like I would rent a GPU server, like a cloud server, and I did a bunch of different kind of art projects with stable diffusion. So great. It's pretty awesome. I like ChatGPT. I actually had ChatGPT create some testing scripts for me, where I was testing statistical algorithms. Like I was looking at the token distribution, so I had ChatGPT write a Python script that would generate a chart actually to show me what the token distribution looks like based on like exponential decay. Yeah, this stuff's cool. I really like it.
It's really cool.
That frog is sick.
Even this waterbird, yes, it's
waterbird. What site is this? Night Cafe.
This is it was based off of Stable Diffusion. Stable Diffusion image generator.
Yeah, there's like so many models that they come up with. There's like a model that does robots really well. Then there's the pornographic model where like it's really good at drawing skin and and body parts.
Of course, they say that technology is not real until you have porn on it. That's how it is with VCR, the internet, everything.
Yeah. No, I like it. I'm not really like worried that AI is gonna take over.
Yeah. Okay. Not yet, at least.
I mean, it's gonna be a while, 100%. But I also like philosophically, I think the AI is really an extension of the human mind because we train it with our knowledge. We're not giving it the ego, right? Like people, there's this word called I think it's called anthropomorphizing. So when you anthropomorphize something, you're giving either like an animal or a computer program human personality aspects.
Yeah.
Where in reality, all it is just a better language model that tricks you into thinking that it's intelligent, but it's just a tool. And you're tapping into other people's brains that the AI generator or model have been assembling.
Yeah.
So because otherwise, like, how would it know anything? So it knows anything because it's training on a data set. But the data set is created by us. So it has nothing to do with personality, right? It has everything to do with the I/O of data presentation.
Right. And in fact, when they came out with the early versions of ChatGPT, it was too racist, it was too sexist, it has all these problems. And it was like a problem, right, with ChatGPT, but it was just representing the real human nature. It was just representing human beings. And it wasn't like the AI was racist or sexist.
It was representing a trained data set.
Yes, it was just representing who human beings are. So it's not like it's evil or anything.
Yeah, but though, what I really saw that took me by surprise. They have so NVIDIA, they have this training gym that's completely virtual, and in the training gym, they have the physics simulated, and they can have little robots interact with each other and learn how to interact properly.
Okay.
So like there was like an enclosure, and you could only push like a circular ball or like a round ball through a particular entrance of that enclosure, and you had to do it quickly enough because otherwise the other robots would come out and shoot you. and you die.
Really? Okay.
And so what happened is that they ran 1 million iterations really quickly, like under like 5 minutes. And those 2 robots that were responsible for taking the ball inside the enclosure and then barricading themselves in, they learned how to do it quickly and properly while escaping being shot by other robots.
Really?
So that's what's amazing, because you could actually see a synthetic intelligence of what to do in your environment simulated by an NVIDIA video card. So a physical gym that simulates all aspects of the world laws of physics.
Yeah.
And then given a problem what to do, those programs learn what to do. And so what they did next, they had the robot actually designed like a little toy car, and they sent the model into the physical robot, and it actually was doing the same thing in real life too. Now that's really,
yeah, it's so crazy how it works. I don't know if you've ever seen the Game of Life, where it just has these very basic rules. Where, like, let's say this square that my mouse is over, if it's another square that's near it, it has to disappear. But if it has 2 neighbors, then it has to multiply itself. And then as time goes on, it like increases, and it can start acting like it starts acting like a little amoeba by itself, moving across.
Right. So it almost feels to me like when there is physical rule sets are given to something that should like follow those rules precisely, you end up simulating evolution.
Yes, pretty much. It just comes out of nowhere. It just exists by itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Well, it was great talking to you, Jack. Awesome interview. This was awesome. Let's definitely do this again. I really appreciate it.
Let's do it. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.